Right, hey guys, welcome to our final round of the season. It's here, and we are at Abu Dhabi for a short qualifying, followed by a 100% race. 58 laps of Abu Dhabi is no mean feat, as you guys know if you watched the race today, but I actually think it might be harder in a way for online racers. Not professionals, not trained for it, so tough track to 100% distance. What am I talking about? It's a computer game. It's definitely easier for us. Anyway, just waiting for the guys to, turn up would be good. There's 7 missing at the minute. And then we'll get going. So say, usually we're full quali, but it's going to be short today because it's a 100% race. So that makes up some of the time that we'll be racing it. Well, if you take into account a full quali, it actually does take about an hour, really, probably about 55 minutes by the time you actually get loaded and start racing as well. You're talking an hour, so it's not too bad. It's if you take that into account, short quali is 18 minutes. Call it 20 by the time you've loaded in, start racing, maybe a little bit longer. Should be going for the actual race by 25 past, and then but the Shuma race is generally about an hour and a half. I'm hoping that I'll make my next streaming time. We'll have to see. Um, just one thing while we're waiting. I unfortunately my phone charger is completely died. I've got my phone at the moment. I'll keep it on for chatting to you guys or seeing any comments that you might make through qualifying. But when the race starts, I'm going to turn it off, so I won't actually see any comments at that point. But just got to do it. So I've ordered myself a new charger. It'll be here tomorrow, next day delivery. So I just need to save what battery I can. And unfortunately, if I connect to the laptop and do it that way, it'd just make the stream lag like mad. So better off just concentrating on what's going on the screen, and let you guys chat amongst each other. So we should be coming up to go in, but as I say, we are quite a few people short. So hello, Chico. Yeah, sorry. Well, congratulations on your podium, then, man. But that was, well, technically it's you guys' fault because you wanted to move your race time. So if you'd raced at normal time, I'd have been your. I'm sure. I'm gonna nip onto Discord saying I'm sure the sign up was full. Unless I looked at the wrong one. I don't know. Yeah, well, 19 signed up. So what if we only got? Well, we just dropped to 13. Who do we just lose? Yeah, I forgot to. Let's wait 2 minutes, please. Well, Wait too long, Bob. I might not. I've got another stream after this. They know what time it starts ultimately, but it is. Yeah, I agree, Bob. Absolutely, I can't believe so many drivers have ticked yes to drive and then haven't shown. Um, Ben's in Birmingham. Well, why do you tick yes then? Right, we might get going eventually. Oh, 7 have readied up. Starting to counter. Right, here we go then. I'll just take a quick gander at these standings. Obviously, if you watched last week, you will know Matex is champion. So Matex champion. Glad's not here. Again, Piccoloco not here. Supply Raptor P4, so he can make up a place in this one. It's not much going on there, drivers wise. Constructors wise, then. So, got Williams leading by 84 points. There's double points today, so the maximum offer is 86. So Williams have all but won it. Red Bull. Well, I'll scrap that. Red Bull's only got one driver, so yeah, Williams have won it. Not really 100% sure what we're doing today then. Not really decided. Well, we're not deciding any titles. There is some little fights going on for P3, and Haas and Aston Martin are fighting for P3. Only 14 points separating them, which on a double points score week is obviously nothing. So, oh, thank you, Mr. Whale, Very much appreciated, and thank you very much. And thank you for remembering her name as well. Yeah, same guys. Well, I've got coffee. And I've put another pot on, so it's ready. Oh, Mr. Well, you are a legend. Right, we've got some drivers out. Who's doing what? Let's come and take a look. Right then. 100% race round Abu Dhabi with 13 drivers. This is going to be painful. Looks like there's an Alpha Tauri out first to meet. Just trying to get round to him before he starts his lap. Yeah, of course. Can't find him at all. There we go, it's Glitch. No, I won't. Actually, I won't do a hot lap with Glitch just in case he's still listening. I don't want to put him off. So, just realised Matex isn't here. You can't win the title. I would so dock him points for not being here. I would so dock him points. I'd take that drive. I would take the title off him, not gonna lie. Wins the title and then don't turn up for the last race. So totally take points off him for that. Although on the other hand, actually, he's still my #1 subscriber. Although, well, he's catching him up very considerably, but he does still remain my #1 subscriber. So actually, no, I wouldn't take any points off him. Mr. Glitch comes into the final sector, and difficult right-hander. I've never liked that corner. All the years I've been playing F1 and all the years Abu Dhabi's been in it now, I've never ever liked that corner. So, other than that, I quite like the track changes now to Abu Dhabi, and the fact it's a lot quicker lap now. Glitch then, 24-3 gets us started. Let's go, can I find another one? Oh, no, they're into the pits, of course. No, it's the wrong Haas. Unbelievable. Mr. Heat Gang. Must have been on the night lap. Piccoloco. Oh, Piccoloco is here. Okay. Piccoloco's gone fastest 24-2. Glitch still in P2 then on 24-3. 25-5 for Ghost Rider. Oh my goodness me, I cannot read that. Deepulgazer. Tomo's gone P3 on a 24-8. Baz 25-7 into P5. Deepulgazer is invalidated in sector 1. Street Gang coming up to just coming through the chicane. It's in the middle. I don't know why somebody thought, yeah, I've got a lovely long straight here, I'll stick a chicane right in the middle of it. He did it at France too. Paul Ricard. Street Gang has a little wobble about. Coming down to this new part of the track. I'd much prefer it now. I think it's much better. I didn't mind actually the sort of S-bend that was there before. Looks like Mr. Heat Gang is slowed right down. So let's go. No, the Geyser hasn't started another lap yet, so just waiting for somebody to cross the line effectively. It looks like Harry might be next. I'll tell you what, let's do a hilly hot lap with Harry then. So, through the final corner then, open up the steering, get on the power as early as you can, head down towards turn run, bring it over to the right hand side of the track, right down to 4th. Again, look to open it up, get on the power as quickly as you can. You may need a slight lift for both the left and right hander, it depends on your setup. Head down straight to the hairpin now. The chicane before it has been removed. And again, it's all about getting a good exit to get on the power. DRS opens there. Head down. This part of the track remains the same. It's just a long straight, interrupted effectively by a chicane, which we will break down for now into second. Well, third in Harry's case, but would normally be second. And I think he's backed out the lap now. We stick with him. Another DRS zone will take us down to the new part of the track. Which, say, used to be an S-bend, but completely removed that, and it's just a long left-hander now. Got to be careful about when you get on the power. Too early, you end up running wide. Too late, you lose a lot of time. So important to hit that at the right time. Harry completely backs out now, so let's go down. There's a Red Bull behind him. So down into this right-hander still remains here. See people using third or fourth for that one, sometimes second as well. Double left-hander. So changed a little bit again, much easier to run wide. Flat out through that right-hander leads into the final corner, down to fourth, I would say, normally. And, oh, he pulled it over a geyser, nearly loses it over the line, but goes P4 on a 25-3. Not a bad lap. Oh, and about the pool of the geyser. It's not put the pool of guys. The pool of gazigzer. The pool of gazigzer. The pool of gazigzer. Yeah, I just called him that. Kai's invalidated. The pool of gazigzer. Bob Dylan. I was just a bit late. Don't think I was so much late on the brakes. I think I was late on the turn in. So, see, there are little changes around the track. And one thing that is new about this track this year, because there were changes for the game, for the purposes of the game, they this was one of the tracks that they lasered, so this will be one of the most realistic tracks on the game now. There are others. I know Australia had changes, so that was done. Jeddah was done in a way when it was introduced to the game, for example. So there are other tracks that have been lasered as well, but this one was done for this F122, so be more up to date, of course. Supply Raptor is invalidated in Sector 1. Loco, I think it's just started a lap, so sorry guys, I'm not paying attention to comments. No, I managed to get my charger that's broke just to work, and I just left it alone and let it charge up to full battery. But I went to put it back on charge between my last stream and this one, it didn't work again, so I have ordered another one for next day delivery, so I'll get another one tomorrow. And thank you very much, Matex. You legend. You and well, you're both legends. Love you both. Oh, that was a car crashed. That was a Ferrari. Might not have been crashed, he might have just stopped to get out of the way, I'm not sure. They seem to be going okay now. Piccoloco. Really, the only fight today, I guess, is for P3 in both the drivers and the constructors, and in Piccolo. We just watched that whole lap. At least finished it for us. Tomo in P3. Harry's gone into P4. 25016. Once I stop watching him. Oh look, Matex has turned up. All right then, we won't. We won't take any points off him now. I don't know if we got anybody on the lap at the moment. Tomo is on the lap. What's wrong with Harry? Oh dear, that's not healthy. Anyway, back to Tomo, because he was slightly up in Sector 1. Just coming up towards the end of Sector 2 now in his second DRS zone. And free temps up and goes purple in Sector 2. So, actually can't see what the fastest time is at the moment. I think it's 24.2 something. Yeah, 24.215. It's all done pretty nicely there from Tomo. No lift, that's good to hear. And down to 4th, quickly up to 5th to get onto the power. And across the line, 23.8. Huge improvement in sector 3. Sees Tomo take provisional pole on what I think is a very good lap time. And Baz out there wasn't improving through sector 1. Let's just watch him through to the end of sector 2. No, 1 before. I thought so, because actually 3 temps down in sector 1 is actually a rather substantial amount. It's a pretty basic sector, so slight lift indicated, detected there. Guy heads to the line. It's a very good time, 23.858. Goes P2, and if he didn't have the ever so slight lift through the penultimate corner, that would have been provisional pole. Just dropped to Matex across the line, 24.2. Puts him into P4. The Alpine men can do. Two temps down in sector 1. Effectively sector 1, like you've got turn 1. It's about your exit from turn 1. And turn 2, if you could take turn 2 and turn 3 flat out, then you basically maximise sector 1. There's not very much more you can do. So it's an invalidation in a way from Bob on this occasion. Mr. Heat Gang is out there, just behind Bob in fact. Opens up the DRS, heading down to the end of sector 2. Way up. 7.7 seconds. Oh no, he spun it. Oh, that's going to hurt the rear wing. Oh, in fact, it's taking his right rear wheel off as Bob Dylan slows down to make sure he's okay. Oh no, that's not Bob Dylan. My apologies. Who is it? Being ever so kind to slow down. It was Piccoloco. No, it wasn't. It was Matex. My apologies. It was Matex. Slowed down just to make sure Mr. Heat Gang was okay. Big contacts on the rear wing. I expect he'd probably have a bit of a little jet lag going on. No, not going on. Oh look, we're back to the Pulagazixer. The Pulagazixer. I suppose I could call him D-Pool, but it's actually quite fun trying to say D-Pool-a-Guzzer. Have a go at home. D-Pool-a-Guzzer. Second up in sector 2, he's flying. Oh no, he's done the same as Mr. Heat Gang. Oh, he hasn't caught the wall at all, but same place, same mistake. And that was, who was that going past there? That was Ghost Rider, so now he's on an outlap. Anybody on a hot lap, it doesn't look like it. Actually, Deep Pulagazigger is Alright, so it looks like Ghost Rider's on a lap now. Comes in, that's the mid part of the straight, heads out, not too bad an exit. Zari's had enough in the pits. I don't think we've seen one driver take that left-hander perfectly yet, in my opinion. I'm not saying nobody has, because there's lots and lots of laps that I haven't seen, so I'm sure there's been plenty. It's just the other way I've ridden on board with hasn't managed to take it properly. Across the line then for Ghost Rider, doesn't improve, a tenth and a half down in the end. There's BB. Baz. Yeah, it's. I must admit, I've barely touched Abu Dhabi, apart from one race that I've had here on F122, and that was a part of the track that I've really struggled with. I've got to be honest. This double left-hander. Oh, I was really struggling. Oh, he's flying around on an outlaps to try and get round in time. It's going to be really tight. Oh, he has to get out of somebody's way. I think he's going to make it actually. 10 seconds. Three seconds. Yes. Oh, he's compromised his exit out of the final corner a bit, but never mind. He got across the line. Just move on a little bit because there's plenty of others before him now. There's a Ferrari. Ghost Rider. Background's complete another lap. It doesn't look like he's quite going to improve again here. Oh, Bob Dylan haven't made it over the line. He's crashed at turn 2. And Ghost Rider actually 0.169 off, which feels to me like it's identical to the last lap he attempted, but I might be wrong. So Matex out the final corner, heads to the line, and it's pole! Pole position for our champion, 23.798. Very nice time indeed. Very close at the top there as well. Tomo was invalidated. He looks to me like he's going to... Oh, no, he's going to spin his last lap. I think he was trying to finish the lap. He was spun on the penultimate corner in a way. This is Kai. To the line and goes pole. Takes pole back off of Matex. There's a car behind. I'm not going to reach them in time. Oh, Baz didn't improve. The other Williams, a bigger loco, not improving. So I think then, yeah, that's it. That is the end of qualifying. So in the end, Kai nips just about, nabs it off of Matex. Takes pole position. Matex P2. Tomo P3. Piccoloco P4. Glitch 5. Harry in 6th. The Pula Godzuzukser in 7th. Ghost Rider 8th. Baz in 9th. Bob Dylan 10. Checo 11. Mr. Heat Gang Speed 12. After that big hit. Hammy in P13. Supply Raptor P14. I think those two opting to start from the back in today's race. There's all that information there. All again. See if that works for them starting from the back. I can't say I blame them. It is a tricky first sector here. You are likely to see an instant, but hopefully with 14 on the grid we might get through it okay. But with a full grid, I think you're pretty much guaranteed a crash in sets of 1. Right, I'm just going to refill my coffee. I'll be back in a second. Right, guys, I'm back. I'm not going to take too much of a break, but right, as promised, for anybody watching the stream, I am going to have to turn the stream off on my phone now, so I won't see any comments through the race. My apologies for that, but can't be helped. Well, it will be helped when I've got a new charger, but it can't be helped tonight. I mean, right. Come on, guys. Is that past? Very unlikely we'll get a race done here that quickly. I'm guessing the reason why we're having a little break this because we don't usually have a break between qualifying race, but I'm guessing with it being a 100% race, they're all making sure to get the toilet stops in. Right, come on, guys, please. It is getting late. Right, just waiting for some. Oh, there's a countdown starting. Wonderful. Right then, so I assume we'll have a. Yeah, so we've got the formation lap is on. Just double double checking, and get moving. Let's have a quick check then. I would imagine around here, quite honestly, the way tyres are around there, I can't imagine anybody's going to be one stopping. They might. It's just, well, two drivers are starting on the hards. So Kai and Tomo are going for their hard tyre stint first. That does indicate that they are looking to one stop, but my suspicion actually is that a two stop would work better around here. Maytex is two stopping, Harry's two stopping, Heat Gang's two stopping, Hammy is definitely two stopping. Those guys all starting on softs, so definitely two stops for them. As for the guys on mediums, we simply don't know. They could be two stopping, they could be one stopping. I guess starting on mediums is the correct way to go because it opens up more strategic options for you. So I expect the game probably tells you that one stop's probably the best, but my opinion, with a track like this, it is hard on tyres and it will hit you lap after lap. Just gives you 2 moments as well just to get into the bits and just take a breath yourself. So, I don't know, just personally, I think it would work better. And you'd assume that would be a soft, medium, medium. So it could be soft, medium, hard, to be fair. Choices of the drivers, and of course they may well react to things that are going on in the race that may change those intentions throughout in a way. Let's nip it on to position changes for the start of the race. So Kai on pole is on the left of our screen, Matex P2 is on the right. Looks like Kai is pointing his car over towards Matex slightly as all lights are on. It's a long pause, and we are go. And away we come. Matex off to an absolute flyer. That was to be expected because he started on the soft tyres. Kai holds on to P2 at least for the moment. Tomo very close to the back of him. And I think, just looking at the track map, it looks like everybody's gotten through okay. There is somebody running off track there. And yeah, now they have. I think it's Bob Dylan actually. Can't see any damage on the car. He just seemed to run off track to me. I don't know if he did actually spin in the end. And oh, we got a spinner there. That was one of the Haas drivers. I'm not entirely sure, but they hit somebody else. And they spun coming out of the hairpin. And they had a little spin, and it threw them into another driver. As Loco fights with Tomo, who I think is off track there actually. So Loco up to P2, so that is the Williams P1, P2, Kai in P3, Harry up to 4, up a couple of places, Tomo's down a couple to 5. Obviously, plenty of strategy stuff going on at the moment. Matex takes full advantage. Look at that, 2-stop. Look at that 2-stop. Medium, medium, hard. Is there a chance that somebody starting on soft sides is actually free stopping? Could be a possibility. I'll have to see about that later in the race, but moment then. Matex taking full advantage of those soft tyres at the moment. Has pulled out just over 3 seconds already. As Harry and Kai are side by side into the hairpin. Come out, still side by side. Harry's got those soft tyres on as well, so he's got the advantage, the grip advantage, using the straight line speed. And behind that as well, we got American Red Bull going together. Tomo and Dipulagazozer. I reckon if I keep doing that, I reckon once throughout this race I might say his name correctly. Guy here on Harry. Harry's gonna, just like Maytex, he's gonna have a really good tyre advantage at this point, which will make it difficult for Kai. But Kai's an experienced enough racer. You'll know just to hold on. He's on hard tyres. He knows this point of the race is not what his tyres are designed to be good at. So it's 28.2, fastest lap for Matex. I know he started on the soft tyres, but that's actually very quick. Taking into account he got a full tank of fuel at the moment to get into the end of this race. Oh, the Pula Gazaizer is falling down the order, and his P11. Long way to go in this race, so nobody's won or lost this race at this early stage just yet. Although you would say that Mr. Heat Gang makes his way into the pits, you would say that Maytex is giving his chances of winning this race a massive boost as it stands right now. This is Tomo in P4. He's got Hammy, who started second last, so 13th on the back of him. Oh, but he's going for a move himself. Hammy's going to get boxed out on that one. So Tomo gets past Kai for P3. Oh, the Mercs rounds. That's Tomo. He's got going again straight away. It wasn't a full spin. Has dropped into P8. He'll get going again. He's on the hard tyres, so he's got a long old stint to do here. But Glitch then up to P4 now and right on the back of Kai. So Kai just struggling to find his pace yet on those hards. Oh, it looks like Checo's the yellow flag, I think. Drops down. Oh my goodness, he solidified. Did you see that? His car solidified right in front of the Pilriga geyser. Pilriga geyser reacted pretty well actually there. Somehow avoid him, or at least avoid damage in a way, but I think once I've seen the game do that before, where it's solidified a ghosted driver just in front of somebody else. Sector 3 yellow. I'm looking down at the track. I can't see any yellow flags on the track, so I've got absolutely no idea who that is, guys. Two Williams drivers in this early stage of the race, absolutely dominating. Matex 4.2 ahead of Piccoloco, with Piccoloco 5.2 ahead of Kai. Absolute sheer domination at the moment. And Hammy's into the pits, so I can only assume that that yellow flag was Hammy then, but I'm not. I can't be 100% sure on that. No idea how long to expect these soft tyres to go, you know. I think all we could do really actually is keep an eye on the gap between Matex and Piccoloco. When Piccoloco begins to start catching Matex, that gives us an idea that the tyres have had it, as Glitch makes the move on Kai, and up into P3 he goes. Maybe very, very pleased with that, although Kai may well come back at Glitch here at the inside and is ahead before they've reached the left-hander. The only problem with getting the move done in the first part of the straight is they can get DRS back on you down the second part. It can make some fun racing though, like that. So just a reminder guys, I've had to switch my phone off, so any comments I won't be able to respond, I'm afraid. Simply because my phone charger is broken. And of course it decides to break on the day that I've got 3 streams to do, not, you know, not on a day where I've got none or one. But no, it did break on the day that I've got 3 in a row, one after the other. So Kai's just managed to create a little bit of a gap. Glitch is still within the 1 second, and Supply Raptor's having a little look on Glitch at the inside. He's not going to get both of them, but he is going to get up into P4 ahead of Glitch, and he might be able to have a go at Kai. Really? Or is he going to run out of... Oh, look at the overspeed he's got there. That is phenomenal overspeed. So let's take a much more acute line into the corner, so Kai very much getting right back onto the back of him again, but the door was very much closed for him. Now then, right, just little signs that Piccoloco is just beginning to edge into the gap to Matex, as Mr. Heatgang is our first retirement of the race in the pits. Never nice to see the driver retiring anywhere on the track. Yeah, Piccolo is just starting to, ever so slightly, it's not very much, but it's just beginning to happen, so just wondering if you're only looking about 10 laps maybe on the softs before they get to a point where they're really starting to hurt. Might even be less than that, you know. So what tyre Matex goes on to next will give us a really good idea of what strategy he's going for. If I was to hazard a guess right now, I would guess that he's going soft, medium, medium, or soft, medium, hard. But because we know he did 2 runs in qualifying, so can't have too many sets of softs available to him. But, the time is coming in. Well, in fact, Matex is already in. End of lap 7, so 7 laps on the softs. Will we see Harry doing the same, I wonder? He's got a bit more of sets 2 to go, but sorry, sets of 3 to go before he reaches the pits. But well, Matex onto the hard tyres, so I think he's 2-stopping soft, hard, medium. Is my prediction. Won by that, and Harry didn't pit. He has carried on, so he's going to do a longer stint on his softs. Super. Did actually see Matex exit in P8, by the way, so he's exiting P8. The only problem with doing a short first stint sometimes is you come out into traffic. Now it's not too bad at the moment. He's got 2.5 seconds ahead of him, but of course he's on fresh hard tyres, and he will start to catch the guys ahead pretty quickly once he's got the tyres properly up to temperature. That gap will start coming down pretty quick. Let's just go to Kai. He's right on the back of Supply Raptor. So soft started feeling a bit bad to Matex. On the end of lap 7. Then mediums, I'm guessing, ain't gonna do much more than about 15. I would have thought before they start to feel pretty bad. But Kai is finding it really easy to stay on the back of Supply Raptor at the moment, or at least he's making it look easy. So as we know, if you've watched WRL on a regular basis or watched strings back, you'll know Supply Raptor is very, very quick. So, so is Kai mine, don't get me wrong. Kai is as well, but just gives you an idea. In fact, it's Supply Raptors on the mediums that we're already seeing a little changeover in the tyre superiority here. So, it's Glitch still very much happily sitting on the back of these guys. He's got Tomo chasing down. It's, yeah, look at Kai. Like, he's sat on his hard tyres. He's looking to one stop. So, effectively, which the two guys ahead of him might be as well. I would very strongly suggest that Piccoloco is now. If I was him, having seen Matex have to pit after just at the end of lap 7 on the soft tyres, I think mine would immediately go to one stopping. Matex has already got that gap down to the driver ahead of him. There was no Baz. Was the puller geyser. I'm telling you, if I keep saying it, at least once throughout this race I'll get it spot on. So in fact, let's go down to Matex then. Let's see. Oh, what a horrible camera. Ooh, Baz. Looking to get a little bit of a switchback here. We'll get the DRS, Baz. Nope, that's out of it. Seems to have much of an overspeed at all, even with DRS open, so that would suggest, I mean obviously Matex has got fresh rubber on, so he'll have better, his tyres will be gripping the circuit better and accelerating better, but it would also suggest though that Matex is running a lower wing than Baz in a way. So past Baz and immediately onto the back of the Polar Gugitsixer. And battle's still going on between Kai and Supply Raptor. The gap, Piccoloco just increasing that gap all the time, and he's really looking like he might be a strong favourite for this race, you know, Piccoloco. I thought Matex had made a great call starting on softs, but I didn't realise they were going to do such a small amount of laps, as Harry is now given in. So, to be fair, Harry's managed to get 10 laps out of the softs. Having said that, of course, he's dropping down to the back when he pits. So, a different situation, really. He's looking to move up from there. As Matex goes around the outside of the Pulgar Geyser. Geyser. He's not. I thought he was going to try and stick it up the inside, but he's not, thank goodness. No. Good decision. Guy's going past you on fresh tyres. It's not really worth. Oh, Kai and Raptor, what's going on? Oh, right, okay, so Raptor's into the pits. And everybody else will go through. Just looking at where. My prediction right now, if Piccoloco and Matex do opposite strategies, so if Piccoloco does a one stop and Matex 2 stops, I would suggest that they will end up being mightily close to each other late in the race. As Somo ran the outside of Glitch under the second DRS zone. And it looks like he's going to make that stick for P3 at the moment. And he'll get on. Very good indication to us that those hard tires are really working the best out there right now over the mediums. So Checo picks up a penalty. Kai will do his best to use what is a tire advantage now to see if he can begin to close the gap on the Williams ahead, but it's a very strong lead that Piccoloco has picked up as De Pula is a sixer. He's into the pits. He's gone on to medium tyres. Two Ferraris next to each other on track, maybe helping each other out. Ah! I don't have to go on the Ghost Rider. Sorry, Ghost Rider. I shouldn't have gone on to you, man. I've done the old things here where I move on to someone and they spin immediately. My apologies. Just as I was saying, the Ferraris may be helping each other out. It's a good result. We'll see as Matex looks at Tomo. He's going to get a much better run out of that corner. And he side by side. I think Matex is going to have to give up on that one. Tomo clearly had the inside. They're still looking to drive side by side. Well done, guys. That was good driving from both of you. Really good awareness from the two of you there. We love to see that sort of racing. Well done. Oh no, Tomo, don't do that. He didn't. He saved it. He saved it. Really good save, Tomo. Well done. That was close. So that enabled Glitch just to nip past, by the way, and back into P4. And Hammy is back into the pits, coming off of the medium tyres this time. Only 9 laps on those mediums. A battle appearing here. It's still a bit off at the moment, and Tomo and Glitch, as you can see, very, very tight. Don't think he's going to leave you too much room on the inside. Tomo, indeed not. Has to try and make his way around the outside. He can. Yeah, I think he tried the little switchback thing that Matex attempted on him, but he hasn't got the grip that Matex had. He seemed to cover it off pretty well in a way, so... It's just Nick... Yeah, let's just take the opportunity. Oh, Tomo all across the curbs. It's got away with that somewhat, and as long as he hasn't picked up any sort of under-trade damage or anything like that, it's gonna get a little look. Now, will he? I'm just wondering. He might see him back off a little bit towards the end of this part of the straight. Will he? Yeah, he does. Look, because he wants the DRS on the second part of the straight. So that sort of line there, which would give him the would have given the better exit, but he just got a little bit of a oversteery sort of moment. So with the ERS as well, he's going to be nicely up the inside, which will stick with him. But that will give Tomo now the inside, leading up to the horrible right-hander, quite frankly. And Both drivers make their break in really nicely. It looks like that's a job done for Tomo, and up into P4 he goes. Say, without doubt on the superior tyres now, so I think that's a position gained, quite honestly. Matex, by the way, is up into P2 ahead of Kai. And he's going to start eating into the gap to Piccoloco pretty heavily. So, I mean, if Piccoloco's... See, this is why I don't think the one-stop's really the right strategy. I know I said earlier on that the way it was looking, if Piccoloco 1 stops and Matex 2 stops, they'd be pretty close. But actually, I changed my mind on that. I think actually, if Matex sticks to his guns on 2 stops, he actually wins this race with consummate ease in the end, to be quite honest. As Hammy sets fastest lap. Some fresh mediums down in P11 at the moment. Let's go to Checo. Oh, he's being overtaken by 2 there. Dropped 2 places. Not much he could do about it. They both had DRS on him, so he's going to see if he can come back at the point. For goodness sake, he pulled a good Isaac, sir. He's just gotten back ahead of... Oh, I think Tomo's had a... Yeah, he must have had a spin or something. He's fallen... Yeah, he's 3 odd seconds behind Glitch. So he's clearly had a spin or something there. So, you know, Bad's in P6 quietly. Oh, Matex! That's going to be a safety car. Matex is out. He's on the left-hand side over there. He spun it out of turn 2 and into the barrier nose first. So that is the end of Matex's challenge. Well, everybody will be in the pits, apart, I would imagine, from Hammy. Everybody else into the pits. Medium tyre starters have to pit. There's no ifs or buts about it. They've got to pit if you haven't already. There's no point staying out there on 16-lap-old mediums. And hard tyre drivers, quite frankly, they need to pit. They need to be changing their strategy now. And I would suggest swapping to a 2-stop. So Matex throws a right spanner in the works. His teammate would be cussing him as well. Seabrick's at a beautiful lead over the rest of the pack. It was only Matex he was fighting with. It's an easy Williams 1-2. Matex had other faults. So, anyway, as expected, everybody into the pits, with the exception then of Supply Raptors. Sorry, I didn't notice on 6-lap hards, but yeah, no reason he'd pit. Stick with what he's got and take the track position, which is ended up with him in P2, so he'd be pretty happy with that, I'd imagine, Supply. Well, drivers that have just pitted to hards, potentially, I would say, could potentially drive all the way to the end. Whether driving to the end, all the way to the end of the race from here is the fastest way to go about things, I'm not 100% sure, but The reason, by the way, I suggest that the two-stop is a stronger strategy, particularly at tracks on a 100% race, particularly at tracks Abu Dhabi, Kota would be another, Silverstone's probably another. Although Silverstone's got a mighty long pit stop, so maybe not there actually. But certain tracks, in a way, the reason for it is because even though the game might suggest actually the one stop is 6, 7, 8 seconds quicker, the game can't take human error into account. And as humans, we're much more likely to make errors when the tyres are more worn. And that for me is when... It also very much depends on driver style as well. You know, people's individual driving styles. To give you an example, I think Maytech certainly likes to attack the track. He likes to drive every lap as fast as he can. Whereas, well, myself, for example, I don't really like to do that. I like to find a rhythm and just settle into it. I don't consider myself to be the fastest single lap driver on the track, and so I wouldn't try and do that. It's not playing to my strengths. So, you know, but you know, for Maytex personally, he would find that it does. So for him, a two-stop would definitely be the better option. For myself, I'm not sure. I'd have to work it all out. But definitely going to be doing another lap after this one of the safety car, so I think we'll get going again lap 21. What is it, 7:05? Let's go. Well, I'm not on the chat at the moment, so I don't know if you're still out there, but if you are, perhaps just let Hunter know that I'll be late to the stream, but I'll be there in time for the race. In a way, I won't miss the race, but I might just miss a bit of qualifying. Oh, okay, so we're not going another lap under safety car. It took a bit longer to get round than I expected, so safety car is in this lap. Away we will go. We are watching from on board with Kai, so get a pretty good idea of when Picoloco goes. Oh, Kai, you got 3 seconds for that, buddy. That wasn't worth it. A really good exit on Supply Raptor there, but right at the wrong time. Absolutely nowhere to go there. I was having a look at Raptor has a look at Picoloco, and I think, yeah, that's going to give Kai a chance. I reckon Kai might be able to take the lead here. He gets the slipstream, and in fact, it's Raptor who gets the really good exit. I'm surprised at that. Really good view there. Oh, was that a bit of Aston Martin going flying across the ground? I saw something go flying across the ground. I think it was... It looked like Aston. It looked green, but I can't see anything missing from the Aston Martin, so... And we've got a yellow flag, and that's Tomo. Has had a bit of a spin. Just a reminder to anybody in the chat that I'm not on the chat myself, so I can't see any comments, guys. So my apologies, but I can't respond to anything I can't see, obviously. My only other thought is, did it come off for the Williams? But perhaps I'm just seeing things. It's very possible. That is Tomo. He's out in sector 3. Aston Martin goes off track, and the Polar goes as Exictor. Has a little look on the inside, but Kai will hold on to that position. Well, the Polarizer has taken P3. Breaks a toe there as well, just to help him hold on to that position. Of course, you are allowed to do that. You can only move to once. So, looks like... Oh, he's going to have a little look back, but this is a really awkward place in the track to do it. Oh, goodness me. Well, Kai's going to get a position, but I think he's got to thank the Polarizer a little bit there, because the awareness from the Red Bull man there was absolutely superb. That could have easily ended in tears, quite frankly. Alright, what else we got going on? We got the two Ferraris. Hammy as well is on the back of Baz. I do like to look through the field and catch all the drivers having little battles if we can. Sometimes it's easy just to get caught out or caught up with what's going on at the front of races all the time, but ultimately all the drivers take the time to race, so it's only right that I try and take the time to get everybody on stream if I can. And Hammy up into P6 with a fine move on Baz there. Baz not fighting it too hard, to be fair to him. Yeah, and Baz on hard, so he knows his time's later in the race. For me, I think Baz is still having a very nice race as Kai gets back past. No, the Polarizer has another look at Kai, but Kai holds on. Looks like this particular battle could go on a little bit, although if you actually look at the tyres, the Polarizer is on... Oh, as he picks up a penalty, that levels things out with him and Kai now on those terms. But yeah, the Red Bull man's tyres are 9 laps old compared to Kai's 4 laps, so I don't think I've seen the Polarizer race before, but he's looking very handy, isn't he? Looking like a very good racer. Let's just nip down to Ghost Rider, who's having a look now at Baz. Remember, the irony is when I nipped down to the two Ferraris earlier on and I put a bit of a curse on him, it was Ghost Rider that spun, and yet now he's somehow ahead of his Ferrari teammate after the safety car. And he's just gotten ahead of Baz for P7 as well, as Ferrari continue to look to try and finish the season well, although Baz is coming back. Keep an eye on Baz. If he's able to take those hard tyres to the end, if he's able to do that from when the safety car happened, it's a long way. I think the mediums were supposed to do quite a bit longer than they did, but the one-stoppers, but if you can get those to the end with reasonable pace, he could be in for a good result today, Baz. Kai sets a new fastest lap in his pursuit to try and stay ahead of the Polarizer, but in doing that, he's actually caught onto the back of Raptor now, so the top 4 are very tight. Close together, and to be fair, Glitch is only a couple of seconds behind, with Hammy just getting to within it, well, around about a second behind Glitch himself now, so it's all pretty tight. In fact, it's all very tight at the moment. As Raptor makes the move for the lead, and the game did not give me the nicest of camera angles there. It looks like Kai is going to go through as well. Not sure Piccolo could feel he was left much room there, to be honest, but I'm not entirely sure. Say it did not give a very nice camera angle at all. So as Baz gets back past the Ferrari, and now the Ferrari gets back past Baz. Let's go down to that. My apologies, what am I talking about? But not watching it. Tried and not giving up. Just going to stick with this. come out there really well. That was good racing, guys. The two of you, really good racing. Baz and Ghost Rider. And so the top four still mightily close together. At the same time, as I say, I do like to try and get everybody involved if we can. Looks like Harry is just ghosted. Well, why are you ghosted, Harry? Why are you ghosted? Just showing us offline. I hate to let things like this dominate, but I don't think I've ever seen him complete more than about 5 laps of a race before, to be honest, so I don't even know why he turns up anymore. Oh no. Don't quite know how that's happened, but the AI of Harry has managed to end up spun. Seem to swap places with Bob for a moment, and then there we go. Anyway, battle at the front continues. And what you see here, look, Kai will easily get onto the back by the end of the straight, but probably won't particularly want to make a move. So he's going to look to try and get a better exit, and that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think he's going to have him this time. Surely. Raptor clearly got really good straight line speed in that ass, but side by side and into the long left-hander, and Kai takes the lead here at Abu Dhabi on lap 26. And so he's got a tyre advantage at the moment over Raptor, so he'll be wanting to, if he can, try and extend a bit of a lead. But I think strategy-wise, I don't think anybody quite knows what anybody else is doing at the moment. Whether they're going to the end, whether they're going to pit again, or what. I know I'm not 100% sure. Even with the guys like Glitch, Piccoloco, Baz, Checo, I can't say I'm 100% sure that they're definitely going to the end. I think they are. But that safety car did come out a little bit early for the medium runners. They would have been wanting to do more laps than that before pitting. So anyway, that's a Raptor who's... Let's see if he could come back at Kai, maybe. Be the problem with Abu Dhabi. You make the move. Look at Kai's going to hold on actually with the inside line there. So effectively, Kai's got all the time around to, or all the track now round to the two long straights again where the DRS is to try and eke out a second. It's not very easy to do at all. So he can try, but it will be difficult. I think Piccoloco. There he is. He's just appeared there. Has he lost his wing? No, he hasn't. So he just get on his way again. But he has dropped down to P6. But ultimately, it could have been worse. At least he's still going. You love how we see the pit boards coming out from the pit lane. So here they go again. Looks like Raptor's going to go for the move on the first part of the straight, so... You'll go. Oh, Kite, he's just... I think he's still got a pretty decent exit, actually. I thought he might have... thought his exit might have been ruined a bit by jumping the curb, but... don't look too bad. Is he going to get a move done, or is he going to settle in behind? Looks like he's going to settle in behind this time round. He's got about 10% advantage on electric power over Supply Raptor, so... Sticking on these guys at the moment. We have just got another little battle. I'm just going to nip down to the other one actually and get them some stream time. So, still going at it. Look, this is Baz and Ghost Rider. Both still penalty free as well, by the way, which is always something I look at for Driver of the Day. It's probably the biggest part of my Driver of the Day award is the driver penalty free. We can make up, say, 8 places, but if you've got a penalty, they probably won't get Driver of the Day. In my opinion, that's my choice. That's how I rate it. See how tight they were going into the chicane then. It'd be really difficult. I cannot... If anybody watches this that doesn't play the game, or... I guess if you're watching this, you would be at least following F1, but... You know, if you've never given it a go yourself, then I cannot tell you how hard it is to follow another car without going into the back of them. It's so hard. But when they're driving well, you can watch drivers like this do it lap after lap after lap, and it's so impressive. Bear in mind, some of the field would be, probably most of the field are using a steering wheel and pedals, I'd imagine, but part of the field will be using controller. I think Kai is controller, who's leading the race currently. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think he is. And, oh, I think we just saw... That was Baz. He's lost his wing. Oh, Baz. That is such a shame, because I think he was on for a brilliant result, and he's lost it at the absolute worst place. Just by the pit exit. So he's got to do the whole lap with no front wing, losing him the most amount of time possible before he can get round and stick another one on. Makes it even worse. It's lap 30 of 58, so it's not exactly, you know, he's already on hard tyres, unless he's got a second set of hard tyres, which I doubt. He's probably not going to be able to make it to the end on whatever tyres he puts on. Mediums are obviously his best bet, say, unless he's got... Bob has a little off-track moment. But, yeah, I think... Obviously, his mediums are his best chance of getting to the end, but... unless... See, on a track like this, and particularly on a short qualifying, I would be tempted to go with the harder compounds, so that you get 2 sets of mediums and 2 sets of hards for the race. But in a way, and we'll take a look and see what he goes on. If he's got hards available, it has to be hards that he goes to, but if he hasn't, he's in a bit of trouble, really. So he's gone to a set of mediums. And I suspect he will try and push those out, but that is an awfully long way to ask a set of mediums to go. So anyway, this battle continues to the lead between Kai and Supply Raptor. 100% expecting both drivers in again at some point. The top driver, who I don't think, again, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think we'll be pitting again, is, well, it's Glitch and Piccoloco actually, you're both battling, so neither of these guys do I think have to pit again. Technically in very strong positions at the moment. What are they? About 3.5, called at 6. So they're about 11 seconds-ish behind the leader at the moment. Pit stop around here probably costing about 20 seconds, 21 seconds maybe. I don't know, it's a hard one to call because I don't know. It might be a bit quicker. It might be a 19-second there. I'm not too sure. I don't think it's a particularly long pit stop, even though the actual pit lane is probably one of the longest in the game, I would imagine, because of the way it goes underneath the track and through the underground sort of tunnel bit. Back out onto the track. Quite a long way away from where the pit entrance is, so I guess in terms of actual distance, it's got to be one of the longest of the season, if not the longest. Maybe along with Silverstone, possibly. No, that's a good question, actually. I mean, I haven't got access to the chat, as I've said a few times now, but otherwise I'd ask you guys the question. What's the longest pit lane of the season? Not necessarily the one that takes the longest amount of time, because I would say that's Silverstone every day of the week, but what is the actual longest pit lane? But I won't see the answer if you put it, so no real point. Right, depolarizer. He's into the pits and onto our tyres. It's taken to the end. Hammy has gone for a different strategy. He's going to maybe do 2 soft stints to the end, possibly. It's quite long. It might be a soft medium. We'll see. But he's exiting in P8 in a way. You've got a good view there of the pit exit and what I meant about going underneath the track and under the, sort of like an underpass, isn't it? Back to the 2 leaders in a way who keep swapping positions about. In this sort of situation, well, actually, you can see, so this guy nips up, he has a cheeky nip up the inside. He actually seems to let Raptor back through, almost out of sympathy, I think. But what I was going to say anyway, before that happened, if you look at supplies, ERS is constantly floating sort of between just under 10% and just over, really. But if you notice, it's been a lot of laps now. Kai hasn't even touched his energy. Just he uses about 5% of it there. And he's back over 50% now. So that is deliberate. That is Kai basically happy to leech off a Supply Raptor's DRS in order to keep him on the back of him. Knowing full well that having a really decent amount of energy later in the race could prove pivotal in trying to take the victory. As I said, I think both of them have got a pit again. I don't think either of these are going to the end, so well, Kai's definitely not. Supply Raptor, I'm 99.9% sure not as well. Checo and the Polarizer battle for P6, and Red Bull man takes that position. Complete mismatch on tyres in that one, to be fair to Checo, and he's now going to have another mismatch on his hands because Hammy on fresh soft tyres is coming up right onto the back of him, and quite frankly, you may as well, once he is actually on the back of you, you may as well just sort of move over and wave him by. You go through, lads, I'm not going to battle you, it's literally a waste of time. completely on a different strategy to me. Because Checo is one of those... Oh, Kai, no! Kai is out. Oh, goodness me. That's twice. The actual, well, probably the favourite for the race has retired. And calls the safety car, so... Well, what a shame. And I hope that wasn't a contact between Kai and Supply Raptor. Because their racing together didn't deserve to end like that, because they'd driven brilliantly together. Safety cars come just in time for the AI of Harry and the McLaren. Harry and the McLaren AI just about gets to stay on the lead lap. Does Bob a right favour because he can catch up now. And mediums, yeah, probably take those to the end. Again, it's a bit far from, but presuming the next 2 or 3 laps are going to be under safety car, will help in that pursuit. Probably means Tammy's going to have to pit again. Well, he would have had to pit again either, in a way, but potentially is back into this race now, actually. As long as he's got a set of tyres, it'll get him to the end. Raptor is in. Well, quite frankly, the Paula Gajitzer, I love saying that, is almost certainly the only one that's going to stay out here. Can't imagine he's going to come in. No, so out he stays. Now he's going to get up into P2. But yeah, he won't get ahead of Supply Raptor. He's almost on the exit now, Supply Raptor. So P2 it will be for the Pula Regizitzer. Hammy stays out. He's made so many stops. Perhaps he's actually just not got any mediums or hards left. I don't know. It's the only thing I can assume, because that is a very strange strategy called to stay out on soft tyres, to say the least. So, Glitch onto mediums, Piccoloco onto mediums, Ghost Rider's gone to hards. Technically, hards is the right tyre to go to. So, Ghost Rider nicely poised, quite honestly. But obviously, early stages, the medium guys are going to be particularly quick. But in about 10 laps time, that sort of changeover in performance begins to happen. So, we'll see where they are at that point, but gotta get there first. Harry the AI's got to unlap him. Sorry, he didn't get lapped, Harry the AI, so he's got to catch all the way back up. Which means this safety car is going to be a little while, guys. So what I would do is I will leave you on. I'm not 100% sure that Hammy won't pit again, so I'm going to leave you on board with Glitch. Well, I get yourself another coffee, and it's a little boy's room, and I'll be back in a minute. Right guys, back with you. Right, so Hammy's gone to old medium tyres. He's clearly out of tyre choices. He clearly just doesn't have a choice left, and I'm not even sure he can get to the end on those mediums. So, and this is where it's frustrating that somebody drops out and leaves their car on the track, because we should be racing now, but we've got to do a whole another lap around a pretty long Abu Dhabi circuit. Somebody couldn't retire the car in the pits. I'm just going to quickly send a message to the guys that I'm right, so this lap will be the last under safety car. Everybody's called up. There's the confirmation of that safety car in this lap. That's really, really cool. So we'll begin again lap 39. That means 20 laps remain. Still got a way to go in this race. Supply Raptor being penalty free. You've got to, and to be quite honest, being on medium tyres, which I think will allow him to stretch a lead out at the start on the restart. So certainly makes him favourite. I feel somewhat for Piccoloco because I don't think he was that of the. I don't think he was. Well, sorry. What I'm trying to say is that I think he was still in with a chance of winning this race with the strategy he was on. I'm not saying he's out of it now because he's got the pace and he can still make this up if he can get onto the back of Supply Raptor pretty quickly. And I think he's got a chance as he's penalty free as well. It's just mean that his strategy was looking pretty good. As was Glitch's actually. So they're both on the same strategy, so he just made a place up. Bob Dylan there. And that is Piccoloco going to the inside of Glitch. It's an important move. It's the move he needed to get done. And there's still another one. He needs to get past Deep Pool of a guy Zixer. I've really, as this race has gone on, I've really began to quite love saying that. I'm not gonna lie. Why try sitting at home? It's fun. Depolar a guy Zixer. I think I've actually mastered it. I swear I put, you know, in the. You listen back to the stream and he'll send me a message tomorrow or something saying, yeah, my name's Paul, mate. Or something like that. Just call me 1000. Oh dear. Supply Raptor sets fastest lap of the race, 27.3. That could be the fastest, we'll see. We'll have to wait till the end, but that might be the fastest lap. But we'll see, you might see it, well, it's always the chance in the next few laps actually. It's, generally, because most of the field's on mediums, they generally rear at a slightly higher rate than the fuel losses, so obviously each lap your car burns a certain amount of fuel, which means it's lighter and therefore you can go that much quicker. But the wear rate of the medium tyres means you lose ever so slightly amount of time each lap, so whereas with the hards it's the other way round. So if you're on fresh hards you generally gain a little bit each lap, but there we go now. So depolarize I messed it up that time. Depolarizer. Oh, at least I've had some fun saying that tonight. Oh goodness me. He's just falling off the back of some. That's all I was trying to say. He's falling off the back of some Raptor now. He's a second and a half up, and it's all the more important now for Piccoloco to get this move done. He needs to ideally be able to get this done at a point where he's still putting pressure on Raptor, that if Raptor was to pick up a penalty, he'd effectively be ahead of him. Let's go on board then, Piccoloco. So, as you can hear the little beep, that means he's got DRS available. Now he's not going to go for the overtake here. For this, he'll act like he is, but he's not. He's going to look at the cutback and look at the line he takes, and we get a better run out of here. Although he had to ease off the power. But onto the DRS he goes again. Uses some electrical power, but you don't want to sort of use it all, which means he's not going to get the move done, and that's all because on the exit he just had to come off the power slightly so as not to run into the back of the Red Bull. But you saw with the actual strategy from Piccoloco, and that would have been planned out way before they got there. He didn't just suddenly think that at the corner, suddenly think, oh, I'll do that. He didn't think that. He had that planned out before they reached the chicane. Just unfortunately on this occasion it didn't work, and now he'll make his mind up as to whether he's going to try the same thing again, or whether he'll go for a different option. Although Red Bull just gets slightly further away. Again, that could be deliberate in a way, because he will catch up to him along this part of the straight. Doesn't want to get too close to, you know, if he'd literally come onto that part of the straight right behind him, he wouldn't mind that. There we go. Just look for the best exit you can get. It's a good exit, but to be fair, it was a good exit from the Red Bull as well, so again, I don't think he's going to get close enough to make a move here. He will be very happy to see the red light flashing on the car ahead, though. So, Maps has now pulled out 2.7 seconds to this Red Bull. So, again, really important, I think, for his chances of winning. Super important for Piccoloco to try and get this done this lap now. So on to lap 43, really needs to get this done this lap. And he has to ease off through there, and it doesn't look like the Red Bull driver needs to do that. It doesn't look like he needs to ease off the way that Piccoloco did in that first sector, and that could be a difference in setups. Again, pretty happy to see the red light flashing already on the Red Bull. Just not taking the chicane particularly well that time, and I don't think, again, might actually be a little bit frustrating for Glitch this, who's sat back there with 40% energy. Come on, you got to get past. I got a penalty to make up. So let's not lose sight of the fact that Supply Raptor is leading this race, having started at the back. Free choice. He did actually state in the Discord chat that he was going to start from the back, so that will play absolutely no part in my selection for driver of the day because he opted to do it. It wasn't. So Ghost Rider is out. He's crashed on the final corner, and that would be a safety car. There's no way we're going to get through that without a safety car, so yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, I'm not going to lie. Building my hopes up that I might actually just about make qualifying for my next stream, but that safety car means I ain't got open L now. I'll get in before the end of qualifying, I just won't get there for the start, that's all. Just a reminder to anybody out there watching, again, I've not got the stream open on my phone because I don't have any battery. So if anybody is making any comments, I promise you I'm not ignoring you, I just simply can't see them due to my phone charger breaking earlier today. Right, well, if I tell you that I've got an iPhone, you'll know what it's like. The Apple stuff, I actually think they designed it deliberately to break, so you got to buy more. Pretty sure that's what they do. Mind you, if anybody from Apple listens to this, I did just plug you, so, you know, send me a new charger. Perhaps send me one of those brand new iPhone 14s. That'd be pretty nice, you know. That'd be pretty cool. Send me one of those, I'll say your name 100 times, 1,000 times if you want to. I like apples. I like apples. I like eating apples. I like drinking apples. Easy form of cider. Favourite drink. Awesome. I'm from down in the West Country, you see, so I looks a bit scrumpy. So you can tell I'm at the point of 100% race now where I've completely run out of stuff to say. I'm just talking rubbish. So feel free to mute me if that's what you'd rather do. So, good news for Harry's, McLaren Harry's AI, he's up to P6. On the other hand, the stupid AI didn't pit, so he's running P6 on 10 lap old mediums. On the other hand, Checo, Hammy and Baz have got to try and make it to the end on soft tyres from here, which ain't going to be particularly nice thing to have to do. Mind you, for Hammy, it's probably a lot better than having to go to the end on those mediums that he was on, so, you know, double-edged sword, I suppose, for him. So, it's not going to suddenly bring the safety car in this lap. We will go another lap, so lap 46 under safety car means we resume on lap 47 of 58, which means 12 laps remaining. Who's that taking to the pits? That is Bob Dylan. So he's coming in late. We'll obviously drop him to the back because everybody else had caught up, so on go softs, I would assume. Yeah. Could be important. That extra, or the one less lap that he's got to do on his softs could prove to be pivotal. And I think, is he penalty free, Bob? I think he is, isn't he? So we get a great view of the pit exit to show you Completely different. There is no other pit exit like that in the game. Sorry, in F1. Oh, Bob Dylan does that penalty. Should we have a quick look actually on who's accrued what now? So, right, so the polarizer has got 3 seconds. Glitch has got 6. 6 for Checo and Hammy as well. And 3 seconds for Baz and Bob Dylan. Harry, the AI McLaren driver, penalty free, but of course it's not really there because he's being an AI the whole race again. Pick a Loco is penalty free. Supply Raptor is penalty free. Which effectively means this race is between them now. I feel. Keep that up. But, the only interesting thing's gonna be, I think, is to see how these soft drivers compare. Can they go flying up the order? These AIs can be an absolute pain in the rear on restarts. I hope that's not the case here for Checo and the guys behind him, but they can be an absolute pain. To catch up, we should get a notification come up. Well, I think we might already have got it actually, because the safety car seems to have driven off. Okay, so I missed that, but let's go on board then with Piccoloco. So well, what we've seen of the safety car restarts today have been very good. Drivers behaving themselves very well, from what I've seen. Go then. Little touch there between the Red Bull and Williams, but I don't think any damage was caused or anything, so no real worries there. Look at the Ferrari. Checo already looking at glitch, and I think he's got a decent exit here, Checo. So they're always going to be, all these Ferrari drivers are bound to be very, very quick on the restarts. As Hammy looks at the inside of Checo. So he's gained 2 places there. He's gotten ahead of Glitch and Checo. Glitch and Checo are side by side. And in the end, Glitch drops away from them. Obviously, again, I was just saying, so yeah, basically, we know this soft driver is going to be super fast here on the restart, but they're going to suffer. Don't think they're just going to have it all their own way to the end of the race. They will suffer before the end of this race on those tyres. So from Matex, he did 7 laps on his softs at the start of this race. Now, a couple of things to take into account. They had a lot more fuel on board, so the car would have been heavier and would have worked the tyres a bit harder. But also, they weren't actually gone at 7 laps, to be fair. He was starting to lose time to the car behind gradually, but I think he was right to pit when he did, because I think if he'd have stayed out another lap, he would have hemorrhaged time. So I think that's what we're looking at. 7-8 laps on these softs before they really start to fall off. And then it will be defend to the end. Defend to the end. So Baz has a look at his teammate. And out of the chicane they come. With Baz in front, then Glitch just needs to hold on here. Again, he's just got to believe that it will come back to him later as we move on. It will start to come back to him a little bit. But front three still fighting as it stands at the moment. Piccoloco still hasn't managed to get past the polarizer. I said it again. So, and in all fairness, Red Bull actually probably does have the favourable tyres at the top 3. 16 lap old hards compared to 13 lap mediums, so I'd say they're probably pretty similar. But of course, with every lap that ticks away, that goes further towards the hards. So, ultimately, out of the top three, I'd prefer to be on the Pool of Regaiza Sixers hard tyres than the mediums of the other two. I wouldn't have a penalty, you see, so I'd be right in the mix here. It's all for yourself. So Glitch has just gotten back ahead of Hammy for P5. Sure what's happened there with Hammy, unusual for him. Is he ghosted? Yeah, he is. Oh, he's just solidified. Ghosted for a moment, perhaps he had to nip off, perhaps the doorbell went, perhaps his phone rang, I don't know. So... Oh, a Piccoloco! Can you believe this? Oh my god, it's going to be another safety car. Piccoloco is out. And it's the same place as Matex. For whatever the reason, the Williams drivers did not like that. Well, did not like turn 2. And that is another safety car. And that plays right into the hands of the soft drivers. Soft tyre drivers. I think it's basically handed the win to Supply Raptor, because as long as he keeps this penalty free, I can't see how anybody else can even come close to beating him from here. Let's get the penalties open again. As it stands right now, Checo's got the extra 3 seconds to Glitch and Hammy. In fact, he's got an extra 6 seconds to Bob Dylan, who potentially, if he can stay on on the back of those ahead, could be on for a great result today, Bob. Stick with it, buddy. Ooh, okay, into the pits comes Checo. Now, he can't serve any of the 9 seconds. They're all corner cuttings, so Supply Wraps are pitted. I'm absolutely amazed at that. I don't know why he's pitted at all. He didn't need to. Ultimately, I think he probably still wins this race, but he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to take that risk. Potentially now, for me, the Guy Zixer and Bob are right in for winning this race. Hammy's in P2, but it would be some lead he'd have to pull out, and quite frankly, it looks... I know you'd look at that and think, well, 6 lap softs against 18 lap hard. Surely you'd be able to do that easy. Honestly, the softs will not be enjoying the end of this race. So... yeah, I'm still surprised Supply Wraps has done that. I know effectively he's actually P4 because the AI of the McLaren isn't really there, so he's effectively P4. I mean, I still think he wins this race. Don't get me wrong. I still think he will take victory here today, but he just put a bit extra pressure on himself than he needed to, quite frankly. He's also made it so that he needs to, potentially, make overtakes. And there's always a risk when you do that. So, but far from me to tell Raptor how to run his races. He's a very, very good driver, so he knows exactly what he's doing. So just waiting for Baz to catch up, and he'll do that next lap. So the safety car will come in at the end of lap 52. So that will mean 6 laps remaining. a sprint to the end. Let's just say, softs of Hammy, Bob are going to struggle. Get Harry, but his mediums would be struggling as well. The only two potential winners in this race for me are the Red Bull man who's leading and Supply Raptor, who for me is a huge favourite, although I still don't actually agree with his decision to come in. I'll bring the penalties back up in case any of you guys out there would like to see them again. Yeah, Bob Dylan set in P3 now with just the 3 seconds. I hope Bob don't mind me saying this, but he's had quite a miserable race, really. And now all of a sudden, with like 6 laps to go, when the safety car comes in, he's sat in third, behind the guy who's got 3 seconds more penalties than him. So it just goes to show, doesn't it, that never give up. So let's just go to... Let's go with Harry for the restart. Harry? Did I just call him Harry? Hammy. Right, Harry. Best Frank Bruno impression, in case anybody's wondering. So, away we go then. The polar organizer goes. And he follows. Just gaps Bob a little bit on the restart. As the AI Harry McLaren man drops to the back very quickly on a restart. And Supply Raptor gets ahead of Bob Dylan. So we knew this was going to happen, really. He's got fresh softs. He's one of the fastest drivers in the league. He's going to be super quick. We know this. As Hammy makes a move for the lead. And on next, oh, he's clipped the Red Bull. Or the Red Bull's clipped him. I don't know. You can't really tell from that camera angle that I had. It was one or other. But to be quite honest, you'd need onboard camera shots to be able to see who was going into who then, and who's at fault there. But hopefully, we've been last race of the season. We'll just get on with it. So ultimately, neither of them were going to take victory in a way, because Supply Raptor was going to take it. Oh, I think there was a... I've never seen an AI car spin so much. Makes me think Harry's still there, but it can't be. In AI the whole race. Oh no, Bob! What's happened to Bob? He's crashed at the same place as Matex. And the 2 Williams. He's crashed coming out of turn 2. Here somewhere. There he is. On the left. Oh, don't you dare bring out a full safety car. So, Hammy's out. Bob Dylan's out. Lost both of them there. And I've got to do a full safety car just for the last few laps just to watch Supply Raptor win. Well, it's going to be a couple of podiums here or opportunities for podiums for drivers that maybe wouldn't normally be on for podiums. So all the drivers left are always fighting for points, and no doubt about that. But they're not necessarily guys that are in the order for podiums every race. I am reliably informed that Checo got a podium last week, so well done to him. So, but Baz with a great shout here, and Glitch as well. Although the Polar Isaacs may have something to say about that. But he needs to get onto the back of the safety car. We're on lap 55. Potentially the safety car can do lap 56 under the safety before coming in. But quite honest, if I was the Red Bull, I'd just be getting on the back of this first. I wouldn't be hanging about. I'd want to get on the back. You got a fresher tyre anyway, so literally just get yourself round, because the last thing you want is to dawdle your way round to try and save your tyre to have for the last couple of laps, but only to then find out the safety car comes in. I'm just trying to remember if it would come in the end of this lap or not. I must admit I can't quite remember. I had a day off on Friday from streaming. Now I can't remember. Oh, well, that answers my question, doesn't it? It's just going to go around another lap. Oh, for goodness sake. Just goes to show it's 8:05 and we've had 5 safety cars. If we didn't have that... Is it 5 or 4? I think it's 5. It's a shame because this race doesn't deserve that. It's the first half of this race was absolutely superb. It's fortunately it's just gone downhill in the second half a bit, but these things do happen. At least we're seeing out the season. Let me control the batteries alone now. May as well change those while the safety car's out. Give me a second. Right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. So, safety car then will come in. We're going to have 2 laps to sprint to the end. Obviously, because of penalties, it's gigantic advantage to Supply Raptor, and I can't see anybody else winning from here. It's who's going to take the other podium spots, I guess, is the big question. Such a shame to lose Bob. Runs the league and so close to the end. Would have picked up great points. Remember, it's double points tonight, so it's not going to affect the actual championships. The Matex will still be the driver champion, and Williams will still be the constructors champions. But here we go. Anyway, on the restart. The only question from me is, can the depolarizer I'd love saying that. If nothing else tonight, I have absolutely thoroughly enjoyed trying to say that name all night. Can he force his way back onto the podium? I guess you'd think he can because of Checo having 9 seconds, but we'll see on the end. Don't know who's could be anybody on a verge of picking one up themselves as well, of course. And then down the straights, not really thinking we're going to see any battling, to be honest. I think it's pretty much a procession to the end. So I would say there, but that's on the AIs. Oh, we got a yellow. We have a yellow, and it's the blooming AI again. Have you ever seen an AI spin like this before? Been ghosted all race, so it must be an AI. There's no way this is actually Ari. Got a puncture. Well, I don't know. Answers on a postcard on that one. But as it stands right now, then Supply Raptor, who we're on board with to see the last lap of the season, will take victory in Abu Dhabi and pick the. Well, I don't know if he's got the fastest lap or not. If he's got the fastest, let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, he has. So the 25.218. So yeah, he's going to pick up the maximum 52 points. Nice, anyone can nick that fastest lap at the end there. And after that, I think. Oh, I don't know actually at the moment because I can't see the time. The fastest lap. There we go. So I think the Polarizitzer will. Oh no, I ain't got a clue. Let's just watch him across the line. I think Glitch might hold on to P2 with the Polarizitzer moving up to P3. So Supply Raptor crosses the line, wins in Abu Dhabi. Glitch P2, Checo across the line in P3, but will be relegated below Baz. And the Red Bull man was indeed promoted to P3, so P4 for Baz, P5 for Checo. A fantastic P2 for Glitch, and a superb victory for Supply Raptor, who does indeed take my driver of the day as well. Not really because he's won the race coming from the back, because he chose to start from the back, so that doesn't really have any bearing on it at all. The fact that he's the only penalty-free finisher is the biggest reason for driver of the day, in my opinion. Well, not in my opinion. It is the biggest reason for driver of the day because I get to choose it. So there we go. Anyway, guys, I really can't hang about. I've got to get into my next stream. So a massive congratulations to the guys that finished tonight. Well done to the top 5 there. Well done to all of you. Let me just scroll through, or don't need to scroll through that bit, but let me just scroll through the incidents quickly. So that's all on there for the stewards if they need them. There we have it. As I said, guys, I really can't hang about. So thank you ever so much to everybody that's watched live or anybody that watches the stream back. I really appreciate it, and so does WRL, so does Bob Dylan. We will see you again for a new season. If it's anything like last season, it'd be next week, but we'll see if they sort it out that quick again this time. But potentially next week, if not, as soon as we can. Alright, all the best, and I'll be back on live in literally a couple of minutes for HRF1. So please come and join me for that. See you in a bit.